The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's gonna high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Ogilvie High School for tonight's boys basketball game between the Ogilvie Lions and the Mille Raiders. Of course, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from this afternoon's game between these two teams here. It's a Great River Conference game. It's also the final home game of the Ogilvie Lions on the season. I can't believe that it has all come down to these last couple of games here for boys and girls basketball. It just seems, again, you've heard me say it probably the last couple of weeks, but it feels like just yesterday, not that long ago, maybe a week ago, that we started the season, and now we're already talking playoffs. I remember when we got to that halfway point in the season, and I was talking about playoffs, and I thought to myself, my goodness, should I really even be mentioning playoffs right now? And, well, yeah, I should have. I mean, it's usually you start talking about playoffs around that midway point of the season, and the playoffs are right around the corner for Class Single A in Section 5, where these two teams play out of. In fact, they play out of the subsection east of 5 Single A, so it's 5 Single A East where Ogilvie plays out of, as do the Mille Raiders. But playoffs for them will start on March 4th, so they've got about a week after the girls' basketball playoffs start. They will start playoff basketball as well. So again, Ogilvie and Mille, the boys basketball teams, they will begin playoffs about a week after the girls do. Girls begin playoffs right at the end of the month. February 29th, I believe, is the start date for girls basketball playoffs. So it should be a good one here today. Both these teams trying to get a win on the season. Taking a look at Section 5A and the standings in the East. East Central sits on top at 6-0, undefeated in the section on the season. They're 16-6 right now. They're a pretty darn good team, pretty tough to beat. Then you go down about middle of the pack is Ogilvie at 11-10 on the year, 3-6 in the section. This section is pretty tough though. You've got Bram, Uppsala, and East Central, all the top three teams in this section, and those three teams have been very talented the last couple of seasons. I don't think a lot of people expected Bram to be as good as they are, but they really are a pretty darn good team this year. And again, I don't think a lot of people expected it, but they have done a really good job this season of coming up with the guys that they have. And they'll continue to bring that up next year as well. So they'll bring that talent into next season for sure. Then East Central's got a pretty good class this year of seniors, and but they're also a good mix of younger players as well. So again, it's a fun section because we've got three of our local teams in it. It used to be, or four, excuse me. It used to be where we had Hinckley-Finlayson in that section as well, but they moved up to Class AA just a couple of years ago. They haven't had bad success in Class AA, but they have been. It's been a transition, that is for sure, for Hinckley-Finlayson. But tonight here, it's 5A East action between the Ogilvie Lions and the Mille Raiders. And as we take a look at both of these teams here tonight, again, playoffs for both these teams will begin March 4th. As we take a look at the section, again, they do have subsections, so they do play the subsection playoffs, and then the champions from each subsection will meet in the section championship. I know, it's a lot to take in, but I promise you that's how it works. But taking a look at the East, there are, let me count real quick, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams in Section 5A East. And I believe, if we'll check the bracket real quick, I believe you play. Everyone plays, so nobody gets a bye. I believe it's everyone plays. Again, if I remember correctly, in the bracket not quite ready yet, which no surprise. I mean, we're still in the regular season, so playoffs haven't started quite yet, so we'll get there as the season moves along. But I do believe that the way the subsections work is nobody gets a bye week. Everyone plays. So for Ogilvie, they sit in that 5th spot right now, so they would technically have that final home game on the season, or final home game for the playoffs. They are that final seed. Let's try that again. They are the final seed to host a playoff game. There we go. They as the 5th seed, and they would get to host Mille Lacs. Or not Mille Lacs. Oh, Swanville. There we go. Because number 1 would host the 10, and I'm all over the place. It's an afternoon game, ladies and gentlemen. It throws me all off. But so they, as of right now, would get to host Swanville in the first round of the playoffs. It wouldn't be a bad matchup either. Swanville not having the greatest of seasons, 5-15 on the year. Swanville does give up about 68 points per game, and Ogilvie only allows 58 points per game. So that would be a favorable matchup for the Ogilvie Lions in the first round of the playoffs to host Swanville. Really, everyone past Ogilvie would be a good matchup for the Lions. It's after your Ogilvie, it kind of takes a dip in the talent. Swanville, North Lakes Academy, St. John's Prep, Maple Lake, and Mille Lacs all sit there with about 5 is the top, down to 1 for Maple Lake. So it would be favorable, but again, it is playoffs, and playoffs change a ton of things. So just because it is a favorable matchup, so to speak, doesn't mean that it is going to be a win for any team that gets a home game to begin the playoffs. That just means you're going to have to prove yourselves that you are worthy of that home playoff seed. But for the Mille Lacs Raiders, they are at the bottom of this section, which is interesting to me because they're 2-17, 1 win better than Maple Lake Irish. So I'm a little confused. And Mille Lacs actually has a better defense as well. Offense is not as good as Maple Lake, but their defense is about 14 points better per game, while their offense is just 3 points worse per game. So that's a little confusing, but I'm sure once the playoffs start, that seeding will change a little bit because I think Mille Lacs, in my best guesstimation, would jump Maple Lake for that 9th seed in the playoffs, looking at it right now, because again, they do have one more win, they have the better defense, and their offense is only 3 points worse per game. So I think if you're Mille Lacs, I think you are looking at this saying, yeah, we might get the number 9 seed, which would put them up against Uppsala. It would be an uphill climb in that game, but it is the playoffs, and playoffs, you just never know what's going to happen once they start, and playoffs have shown us. I remember a few years ago when Hinckley Finlayson, I believe it was their last year in Single A before they moved to Double A, so I think it was the 2019-2020 season, the season that the playoffs got cut short due to COVID. I believe Hinckley Finlayson, it was, again, their last year, and they came in here when Ogilvie was the number 1 seed. Hinckley Finlayson came in here, beat them. They went to the championship game, section championship game, I believe it was against Swanville, or I don't remember who, maybe Uppsala, maybe? It was one of those 2 teams, and then they lost that championship game, did Hinckley Finlayson, to the top side, or maybe it was from the other side. It could have been. Either way, they lost in the championship game in Section 5A a few years ago, but I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe that was the 2019-2020 season. But it was a fun run for Hinckley Finlayson, and Ogilvie was expected to kind of run away with the section that year and kind of have an easy roll because they got the home playoffs. They got a home court advantage throughout basically all of the playoffs except for the championship game. And then when they fell to Hinckley Finlayson, it was kind of a surprise to a lot of people, myself included. I think myself and Andy Beckstrom were on the call for that game, and that was a little bit of a surprise when Hinckley Finlayson came in here and beat Ogilvie, but this is a much different season. Looking at Mille Lacs this year, we've talked about it a little bit. 2-17 on the year, 0-8 in the section. They score about 45 points per game, give up only 63. Again, it's been a tough year for Mille Lacs, and they're continuing to grow as a co-op, and that can be tough sometimes. When you're separated, Onamia Isle, but then you move together as a co-op, it can sometimes be a little difficult. So it will come. It will come. They are slowly growing the program, and that's the thing with a co-op like this is sometimes it's just about growing the program, getting your fundamentals down, getting your team foundation in as a coach, and then coming in and putting in your philosophies as well and starting to build on those. And then once the team buys in and gets a few years in, you'll start to see reap the rewards, shall I say. But again, they started out the season. It didn't look great to start the season for Mille Lacs. 9 straight losses against Bram, Verndale, Carlton, Renshaw, Hinckley Finlayson, Hill City, Barnum, Bram, and Aiken. And that Aiken was a loss in their Aiken Holiday Tournament. But then they were able to get a big victory, scoring their season-high 86 points as they beat Floodwood in that Holiday Tournament up in Aiken, 86-11. That was one of their 2 wins here on the season. But then, sadly, they would go on another little losing streak where they lost 6 straight to Ogilvie, St. John's Prep, East Central, Rush City, Pine City, and East Central again, before winning again over Floodwood. This time, they were not able to put up the 80-plus points in the first time around, but they did beat them 53-33 and have since been on a 3-game losing streak where they've lost to Rush City, Swanville, and Hinckley-Finlayson. An interesting thought for this game for Mille Lacs is the last time these 2 teams played, Mille Lacs gave Ogilvie everything they could handle, and Ogilvie did come away with the victory, but only by 6 points. So if you're Ogilvie, I think you're looking at this game saying to yourselves, hey, we need to put on a show. It's our final home game of the year. We've got the student body here. We need to put on a show. It's our last home game of the year. We need to come away with the victory here. But again, if you're Mille Lacs, you're saying to yourselves, hey, this is their last home game of the year. Let's make sure we try and ruin it for the Ogilvie Lions. Let's make sure we come out here, put on a show ourselves, and tell them, hey, we're not going to back down. You may have the entire student body here, but you know what? We want to win just as bad as you do, if not even more. We want to prove a point here and get a little better seeding for these section playoffs because, again, they're in that 10th spot. But if they were to win here tonight, or this afternoon rather, I could see them jumping all the way up to St. John's Prep spot in the number 8 seed, and that would be a game against Bram. And they've played Bram already twice this season. Of course, they are in the same conference, so that is to be expected to play them twice. But yeah, they lost to Bram twice, once by 42 and then the other time by 31. So maybe not as favorable as an Ogilvie matchup or an Uppsala, but I think if the Raiders were able to pull off a win here this afternoon over Ogilvie, I think that could very well push them into that 8th seed above St. John's Prep. It would be very interesting to see how that would work out for the Raiders if they were able to pull off the win here today. I think it would be more of an upset win just because it's Ogilvie's home court. It's their final regular season home game of the year. And we might have quite literally the entire student body here. It is awesome to see this. I've called a few games like this before. The last one was up in Onamia where it was Mille Lacs versus Ogilvie volleyball. And that was fun to see the entire Onamia Isle student body there for that game. It's always fun. I love hearing the student sections, and we get to hear the entire student section here this afternoon. We're going to take a quick commercial break and hear a word from some of our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk Ogilvie's side of things and see what they have coming up and what they need to do here this afternoon to get the victory. You're listening to Boys Basketball right here on 95.5 FM, KBEK.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners Agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBK, Game Day going with you here for this matinee game between the Ogilvie Lions and the Mille Lacs Raiders, a boys basketball game. And for the Ogilvie Lions, it is their final regular season home game of the season. Now they are in a perfect spot to have a playoff home game. So again, they will have to continue their winning ways. As we take a look at their season up to this point, the Ogilvie Lions sit at 11-10 on the season at that final home seed for the playoffs. The number 5 seed right now is where they sit at 11-10, 3-6 in the section, which is Section 5A, and they're in the subsection East. They also score 58 points per game and give up about the same, 58 to 59 points per game. So for Ogilvie, they're one game above 500, and you may not be able to hear it quite yet, but you've got the elementary student section already chanting Ogilvie here in this one. I love it. I love it. This is going to be a fun one, I can tell. But for the Ogilvie Lions, taking a look at their season again, one game above 500 this year. And it's again, much like the record shows, it's kind of been an up and down year for them. They started off with a nice 92-36 victory over Floodwood, lost to Hinckley-Finlayson by over 20 points. Then they would go on to win their next 3, 2 against Rush City and Pine City, and then in a Sabika tournament just before Christmas break, in which they beat Fond du Lac Ojibwe by 3 points. Then out of that, they lost 2 to Sabika and Bram. And then they would go on and win 2 more against Swanville and Mille Lacs. They beat Swanville by 1, by the way. Then lose another 2 in a row to Walker, Hackensack, Akeley, and Bram. And then win 2 in a row once again against Cromwell Wright and Hinckley-Finlayson. So, avenging that loss earlier in the season to Hinckley-Finlayson. But again, that's kind of where you see the up and down season. They lost to Hinckley-Finlayson at the beginning of the year by over 20 points, 26 points. Then they beat them by 8. So, very interesting. But after that win, they would lose 2 in a row to East Central and Uppsala. And then they would win 1 against Long Prairie Grey Eagle, lose 1 to Barnum, beat Rush City in overtime 53-50. Then they lost 2 straight to Northland and Pine City, to Malacca, but then beat Pine City just recently at home here 69-39. So it has been a fun run for the Ogilvie Lions. They're hoping to add another one. It's not their final this is their final home game, but not their final game of the season. They have 4 left after tonight. They will play a week from tonight against Carleton Renshaw, then East Central, then McGregor, and then wrap up the regular season over at St. John's University against St. John's Prep. That'll be on Thursday, February 29th. So for Ogilvie, a little bit of an up and down season once again, but looking at it here tonight, they've got a great spot for a win. And then also will have a chance to continue to host that home seed for themselves if they continue to win. But again, 4 more games after tonight, and they'll have to do it'll have to be a nice run for them. It is not going to be an easy road. Carleton, Renshaw, East Central, McGregor, and St. John's Prep. Those first 2 teams are not going to be easy. McGregor, again, going to be a tougher than you think, and then St. John's Prep. Not the season they were hoping, but it should be another good test. We're going to hear our national anthem and our starting lineups, and we'll be back for tip-off here on KBEK.
The saga continues. We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pole shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
this week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take them to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it. Now it's kind of lost its momentum.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh, yeah? Well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill, too.
What about his shop?
He heats that, too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit NorthlandBoilerSales.com. Your local Central Boiler sales dealer.
a duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Experience our most popular sawmill, the Big Red XP. This Canadian-built mill proudly sits on an entirely welded 24-foot jointless frame. Accepting a diameter of 32 inches, this portable sawmill can saw logs up to 21 feet long or work with two 10-foot logs at the same time. Includes an electric head position and automatic headlock. Powered by the renowned and proven Honda 20-horsepower version, the Big Red XP comes equipped with all the equipment needed. The Big Red XP is available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Taking a look at your starting lineups. Starting with the Mille Raiders, who are head coached by Jason Runyon. It'll be number 0, Eric Peterson. Number 1, Thomas Schleiss. Number 22, Gabe Honick. 34, Ryan Smith. And 40, Wesley Gabeau. For the Ogilvie Lions, it will be, who are head coached, I should say, by Sam Weaver. It'll be number 0, Tucker Kenyon. Number 1, Hunter Kenyon. Number 3, Xander Kimball. Number 4, Nathan Hagel. And number 13, Cole Hergis. Those are your starting lineups here this afternoon for both these teams. For the Mille Raiders, they'll be wearing white away uniforms, the red letters and numbers outlined in the yellow. They've got the yellow stripe outlined in red on both sides on the collar, the sleeve, and the bottom of the shorts. For the Ogilvie Lions, they're wearing their black home uniforms. The Ogilvie script across their chest in orange, their white numbers, and the orange stripe down the side of the jersey and short. And then the black Ogilvie script on the side of the short and the orange stripe as well. Both these teams looking for a conference win as well. It's not just a section game, it's a conference game as well in the Great River. Both these teams don't really have a chance at the crown this season. That's kind of been taken by East Central, but still a lot on the line. Still a conference win and section win on the line. Again, the last time these two teams played, it was only a 6-point win for Ogilvie. They're looking to put on a little bit of a show here at home. At center court, looks like it will be Ryan Smith and Nathan Hagel, who will be at center court for tip-off. We've got a full gym, ladies and gentlemen. It is packed, packed, packed. Gotta love it. And tip-off is up and won by the Raiders. It's going to be Peterson who takes it up the court. He'll give it off on the far side there to Honick. It's going to be loud, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Schleiss gets the pass from Honick. He's looking, goes into the near, no, he wanted to go near side corner. Instead, he gives it, and it's stolen away by the Ogilvie Lions. That's Cole Hergis with the steal for the Lions. And now Hunter Kenyon has it top of the key. Hunter Kenyon looks, he gives it off near side to his brother Tucker. Now on the far side there for Kimball. Kimball to Hunter to Tucker, near side. Tucker back to Hagel. Hagel, top of the key, going inside now, wide open underneath the basket. That is Tucker Kenyon, who missed on it. Trying to get the rebound was Wesley Gabeau, but he couldn't hold on, and it will go out of bounds, and the ball will stay with the Lions in their offensive zone. Hunter Kenyon lines up to inbound. He'll give it over on the near side to Hergis. Hergis for three, it's no good. And the rebound, still up for grabs, taken by Hunter Kenyon. From the free throw line for two, Hagel, no good. Rebounded again by Hunter Kenyon. A three, no good, and this time Wesley Gabeau will hold on to it for the Raiders. Here come Mille. Trying to go inside, he double teamed, and it's going to be stolen away by Hagel. Looking for the fast break opportunity, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Lions. So the Raiders knock it out of bounds once again. Or the Raiders do, excuse me. The Lions will inbound to Tucker Kenyon. Tucker, he'll pull up from just outside the paint. Looks for the bank shot. It's no good. Rebounded there by Ryan Smith of the Raiders. Raiders going right to left on your radio dial. Ogilvie left to right. Peterson has it. He looks into the near side corner. Instead gives it off to Schleiss. Schleiss on the far side, trying to drift into the far side corner. He gives it off now. A pass to Peterson. Peterson has that one stolen away. And it's Nathan Hagel again with another steal. Here they go. Fast break opportunity. Tucker Kenyon taking it underneath the basket. He gives it off far side now to Hagel. Top of the key. They'll give it over on the near side to Hunter Kenyon for three. It's no good. And therefore the rebound. And put back for two. Nathan Hagel will get the first points on the board for the Lions. It's 2-0. So the Lions get the first points on the board here tonight. They're showing a little bit of full court pressure, and the Lions will knock this one out of bounds. Schleiss trying to pass the ball up court into the front court. It's knocked out of bounds by a member of Ogilvie, and Eric Peterson will get set to inbound. Starting in the backcourt, Honeck has it. He looks, he drifts to the far side, gives a little shiver arm there, and he gives it off to Schleiss on the near side. Schleiss being doubled. He gives it near side corner to Peterson. Peterson, he looks, he goes all the way across court to Honeck. Honeck stands, he gives it inside to Smith. Ryan Smith trying to go up for the shot, and the ball is going to go out of bounds by, last touch by Smith, and Smith thought he was fouled there, and I agree. I thought he was. But the Lions get the ball back, and on the far side, Hergis has it. Hergis will give it back to Hunter Kenyon. It's just out of his reach. Not sure if that one may have gotten tipped, but Hunter Kenyon could not reel it in, and it will go back to the Raiders on a turnover. So 2-0 here. 2.5 minutes off that scoreboard on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard to begin this game. 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. With it is Honeck. Honeck gives it off far side to Peterson, that's Schleiss, and then the pass inside is stolen away by Hunter Kenyon. He gives it off to Tucker. Tucker up and in for two. Tucker Kenyon makes it 4-0. Honeck has it. He'll give it off now to Peterson. Peterson back to Honeck. And Honeck will bring it up the court. He gives it inside to Ryan Smith. Nice hesitation move. And Ryan Smith drops it in for two for the Raiders, but taking it the other way quickly is Tucker Kenyon, and he drops it in for two to make it 6-2. Wasting no time on that basket was Tucker Kenyon, and here come the Raiders once again. Schleiss with it. Schleiss looking, gives it off, and that one's tipped and stolen away by Hunter Kenyon. Hunter Kenyon with another steal, and it's stolen back by the Raiders, Eric Peterson. Peterson looking, he gives it off, that was Schleiss. Tries to give it inside, it bounces, and stolen away by Kimball. Top of the key, Hunter Kenyon for three. It's off the mark. Rebounded that time by Honeck of the Raiders. 6-2, the Lions have the lead. Honeck bringing it up the court. He looks across the court to Schleiss. Schleiss with it. Gets doubled. Looking, trying to go inside to Smith. Smith going to take it inside. Hesitation. Oh, a little too strong on that one. Gets his own rebound. Backs it out to the outside to Honeck. Honeck going to get called for the travel as he drives in. Smith, a pretty good player there underneath the basket. Looks like we'll get a substitution here for the Ogilvie Lions. Number 12 checking in. Oh, no. Do not have a 12 on my roster sheet. Well, that seems fair. So number 12 is out there. Again, I do not have his name and number on the roster sheet. Also, number 10 out there, that's Noah Bitts. Meanwhile, the Lions have it, and now it's stolen away, this time by Honeck. Honeck with the steal. He gives it off far side to Peterson. Peterson trying to get around the defender. He does. He drifts. Gives it off to Ryan Smith. Smith inside trying to get it to Gabo, and it's going to be stolen away. Stolen away by the Lions, and then a pass there to Noah Bitts is going to be out of reach, and it will give it back to the Raiders. Timeout going to be called here on the court. It's going to be the Raiders timeout. So the Raiders with the first timeout of the game. They'll be left with 4 here. A 6-2 lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard for the Ogilvie Lions. Embrace Orthodontics, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. You can start today at EmbraceMN.com. OgilvieHighSchoolFootball.com. So the Raiders will use the first timeout. So we've got a plethora of turnovers from the Raiders here in this first half, and we're just barely 5 minutes into it. 5. 7. I can count. I can do math. 7 steals by the Lions in the first 5 minutes. They've been doing a really good job of kind of telegraphing where the play is going to go. Inbound here to Wesley Gabeau. Gabeau trying to find someone. Gets it off to Ryan Smith. Smith inside. Can't get it to fall, but Gabeau is right there for the rebound and put back for 2. Gabeau, a nice play there for the Raiders, and now it's 6-4. Ogilvie comes up the court. Hunter Kenyon has it. He gives it off to Hergis. Hergis now giving it over to Bitts. Bitts on the far side to Hunter. Now on the far side there for the unnamed player. Again, I don't have his name under a number, so I apologize. Good passing here by the Lions. The 3 there is long from Bitts, and it's rebounded by Ryan Smith. Up the court come the Raiders. Smith gets it inside. Stops on his dribble, gives it back out to Schleiss. Top of the key for Honeck for 3. That's off the mark, and going to be rebounded there by Schleiss. Smith will keep it in play. He gives it out to Peterson for 3. 7-6. The Raiders, after a slow start, gotten after it now and take a 7-6 lead. They'll go inside. Will the Lions? The pass for Bitts is just above his head. Going to be stolen away by Ryan Smith. And here come the Raiders. Honeck with it. He gives it off far side to Schleiss. Schleiss now to Peterson. Peterson on the near side. He had a 3 just the other possession. Their last possession, rather. And now he gives it off to Peterson. Excuse me, that's Schleiss. Schleiss drives inside. Hesitation move. And he drops it in for 2. And all of a sudden, it's 9-6. Lions going to pick up the tempo a little bit. That ball is going to be knocked out of the hands of the Lions player, number 12. And it will go back to the Raiders. 11-33 check in for the Lions. 11 is Isaiah Voss. And 33 is Hunter Rappel. A 3 there, no good. Rebounded by the Lions. Back the other way. Lions trying to go inside, but it's going to be stolen away by Ryan Smith again. Hit a couple of legs there on its way through, and Ryan Smith is the beneficiary of that one. And Rappel trying his hardest to grab a steal, but Schleiss gets the pass from Peterson. Schleiss gives it to Gabeau. Gabeau inside to Smith, and it's going to be taken away just out of his reach by Hunter Kenyon. Quickly up the court. They'll give it off now to Rappel. Rappel on the near side. He'll go all the way across court to Tucker Kenyon. Now to Hunter. Top of the key, standing at the Ogilvie logo. Gives it off to Tucker. Now to Hunter. On the near side. Back to Hunter. To Tucker. To Hunter again. Hunter, top of the key. Gives it off near side. Give to Rappel. And Rappel nearly had that knocked out by Eric Peterson. And they're going to get him for the first foul of the game. Peterson is the guilty Raider. 23 and 24 check in for the Raiders. 23 will be Eric Harrington. And 24 is going to be Josiah Mueller. A 3 there is no good by the Lions. Oh, and then, oh my goodness, Isaiah Voss came down with the rebound, but he came down hard on the floor, and unfortunately he did not dribble the ball, so it's going to be a travel there on him, and it will go back to the Raiders, and nothing he could do there. He put his body on the line that time, and I mean, he's going to feel that one tomorrow. Schleiss with it on the pass from Mueller, and into Gabeau. Gabeau drops it in for 2 to make it an 11-6 game. They're on a 7-0 run right now, are the Raiders. Again, Lions doing a good job passing the ball. Rappel, maybe one too many. It's stolen by Thomas Schleiss of the Raiders. Back the other way, come Mille. Peterson has it. Going inside to Harrington. Harrington gives it outside. On the near side for Peterson. Peterson for 3. It's good. Wow. Eric Peterson for 3, and all of a sudden it's 14-6. Mille with the lead. Here comes Hunter Kenyon to Tucker, back to Hunter. On the near side they give, trying to find a lane. Inside shot is up. It's going to be no good. Rebounded that time by Isaiah Voss, and he got fouled. So he'll go to the line for the possible three-point play. They're going to get that foul on Gabo, his first, team second. Substitution here for the Lions as Nathan Hagel will check in for Rappel. And number 13 coming in for the Gabo, that is Leland Smith. And making it a three-point play is Isaiah Voss as he hits the free throw. So 14-9 now. Raiders still lead, but Lions finally get some points on the board after that nice run by the Raiders. Eric Peterson on the near side corner. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded that time by Tucker Kenyon. And again, the Lions like to move quickly. Tucker Kenyon has it, top of the key, gives it off to Tucker, now to Hunter. Inside, they'll go to Nathan Hagel, being swatted at. And that ball's up for grabs, taken by Hunter Kenyon. And he'll give it out to Hagel. Hagel now top of the key to Tucker. Tucker for three, just off the mark. And a rebound there by Leland Smith. Raiders have it back up the court under that halfway point in this first half. Mueller with it. He'll give it off now to Schleiss. Schleiss going inside. Nice passing here by the Raiders. I think they might have passed it one too many times. Shot is up and no good by Schleiss. The rebound going to be well out of reach, but Hunter Kenyon going to grab it for the Lions. Shot is up, no good. And it's going to be taken this time by Schleiss on the other side. Good fast break opportunity there by the Lions, but the Raiders got back on defense quickly. Transition defense good there by the Raiders. Peterson has it now for the Raiders. A lob pass. Oh, and a miscommunication there. Mueller and Smith were in the same spot. Not sure who that one was supposed to go to. They both kind of ducked out of the way as I don't think even realized who it was supposed to go to. And now we'll inbound. Hunter Kenyon will let this one roll up the court past half court, and then we'll start the clock running. And wide open underneath was Hagel. Couldn't bring in the pass cleanly, so he had to check it outward. He was wide open underneath the basket, but had to give it off. And then a pass on the far side to Tucker Kenyon is knocked by a Mille player, but he was the last one to touch it, was Tucker. So it goes back to the Raiders. Raiders, Schleiss has it, gives it off far side here to Harrington for three. That's going to be off the mark. Oh, it touched the pulley system that holds the backboard, and they didn't see it. Schleiss with the rebound, and then it's going to be stolen away by Isaiah Voss. Stolen right back by the Raiders. Schleiss inside. Oh, is fouled as the Raiders got the steal right back. They're going to get Nathan Hagel on the foul. His first and the team's first. And that sends Thomas Schleiss to the line for two. 7:27 to go in the first half, 14-9. Raiders with the lead. Schleiss, first one is up and good to make it 15-9. Back into the game, Cole Hergis for the Lions. Also in for the Raiders is number 3. That is Gabe Gabo. And both are good from Schleiss. And that makes it 16-9. Lions have it top of the key. A three off the backboard, no good. It was, for a moment, taken by Gabe Gabo, but he couldn't hold on to it. It will go out of bounds, and the Lions catch a break there. Something with the clock, and they got it fixed now. Inbound here to Tucker, back to Hunter. Hunter will take it from just outside the paint. That's a little too hard on that one, but nice rebound there by Voss, and then he missed, and it was then rebounded by Gabe Gabo. And then a foul here on the Lions. That's going to go against Hunter Kenyon. 7:08 left in the first half on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Plus, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. Gabe Gabo has it. He gives it off far side to Harrington. Harrington to Schleiss now. Schleiss guarded well. He gives it to Gabo. Gabe Gabo on the near side, trying to go inside. That pass was tipped. It will stay with the Raiders. Leland Smith was the intended target inside, but it was tipped by the Lions. Together, I think something with the scoreboard. But inbound here is taken, and somehow taken by Leland Smith. His shot is up, knocked away, staying with the Raiders, but then finally stolen away by Nathan Hagel. Hagel with another steal for the Lions. He drives inside. His shot is up and blocked, but he holds on to it, and because it was tipped, it's not a travel, and now it's stolen away by Josiah Mueller. Mueller with another one. Here come the Raiders once again, giving it off to Harrington. Now to Gabe Gabo. That shot from three is no good. That's Leland Smith with the rebound. He'll take it along two. That's going to be no good. And on the rebound the other way is Tucker Kenyon. He'll give it up the court to Hunter Kenyon, and his shot is no good, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Foul there by the Raiders is their team's third on Eric Harrington, his first. 6:07 left here in the first half, and the Lions are at the line to shoot two. And it's Hunter Kenyon who delivers on the first one to make it 16-10. Couple substitutions here on both sides. Looks like it'll be almost all the starting five for the Raiders. Except for Schleiss. Schleiss will take a much-needed break. And Hunter Kenyon cannot deliver on the second, so he goes 1 of 2 there. And it will stay 16-10. Rebounded that time by Wesley Gabo of the Raiders. And then this pass is going to be knocked out of bounds by the Lions. They were looking for Ryan Smith, and it was knocked out by a member of Ogilvie. Raiders have it inbounded to Honick. Honick gives off near side to Mueller. Mueller holds onto it, pauses, looks. He gives it back to Honick on the far side. He'll drift near the far side corner, and he will give it off to Peterson in that near side corner. Give it back out to Josiah Mueller. Now to Honick. That's over his head, and it will go out of bounds and go back to the Ogilvie Lions. So Lions catch a little bit of a break there. And the ball will go back to Ogilvie. Hunter Kenyon now to Tucker Kenyon. Noah Bitts has it, gives it to Kimball. Enter Kimball to Bitts, back to Kimball. Trying to get something open. But good defense here by Mille as Hunter Kenyon has it. Far side to Kimball, to Bitts. Now to Hergis. Hergis back to Bitts. Into the near far side corner for Kimball. 6 seconds to shoot, and they'll give it off. And Tucker Kenyon can't grab the pass cleanly. He'll take a shot. It's going to be no good. Ryan Smith with the rebound for the Raiders. Good defense there by Mille as they have it back, trying to add on to their lead with under 5 minutes to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Peterson has it from Mueller. Mueller trying to find somewhere to go with it. He goes back to Peterson in the near side corner. Honick. Honick lost it. And that will give the ball back to Ogilvie. So on these last two possessions, the Raiders have not been able to hold on to the ball cleanly and have given it back to the Lions. And the Lions are catching a break here. Their offense a little bit slow as of late. They can't seem to. And that, oh my goodness, that was just telegraphed that time on the steal by Josiah Mueller. And he takes a fast break 2 to make it 18-10. But now the Lions have it back. Tucker Kenyon underneath to Hunter. Now to Kimball. And a 2 there by Tucker Kenyon. No good. Rebounded by the Lions. Cole Hergis. He takes it to the basket. Missed the shot, but he was fouled. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Foul there on the Raiders, Ryan Smith. It's his first and the team's fourth. Again, Cole Hergis at the line to shoot 2. First one up, no good. Thomas Schleiss checks back into the game. Cole Hergis trying to deliver on at least one of the free throws. And that one's good. So Hergis drops in one of the 2 to make it 18-11. Raiders now facing a little bit of full court pressure here. Honick in some trouble, lost it. And, are we going to get a foul here on Ogilvie? Yeah. We're going to get Hunter Kenyon with his second. I guess his first. Team's third. I didn't quite see the foul, but again, referees have much better view than I do. So this inbound for the Raiders will now go to Gabo, and it's going to be stolen away there by Cole Hergis. Lions have it back. Shot is called off, and we got a foul here against Mille. This one looks like it's going to go on Ryan Smith, his second, team's 5th. Lions will just inbound. The shot is up. No good, and Ryan Smith will get the rebound for Mille. He'll give it off Honick. Honick will take it up the court. Honick at the line logo, double teamed. He's in some trouble now. And not sure if we got a timeout or the clock did not run. I don't think the clock ran. Yeah, it looks like the clock may not have run right away, so they're going to inbound it here from basically center court for the Raiders. Apologize for the silence, trying to catch what was happening there. Schleiss has it now. He'll give it inside to Wesley Gabo. Now on the near side for Eric Peterson. Peterson in the face of defenders. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded there by Isaiah Voss. Here go the Lions up the court with 3.5 minutes to go. Left alone. Tucker Kenyon, no good on the shot. Rebounded there by Nathan Hagel. He'll take a shot. That's going to be no good. And rebounded again by Hagel. Hagel gives it off on the far side to Hergis. Hergis gets it back to Hagel. Now Hagel stands and gives it to Hunter Kenyon on the far side to Cole Hergis. Hergis for 3. He's going to come up short. Eric Peterson right there for the rebound. Here come the Raiders back the other way. Taking it to the basket. Honick, no good. Rebounded by Hagel. Oh, they're going to get Ryan Smith for a foul here on the Raiders. It's his 3rd, team's 6th, and more than likely he'll have to take a break. With 3 fouls. Don't want him to get his 4th here, especially in the first half. We'll want him to play the entire second. So the Lions will get it back under 3.5 to go, 18-11. The Raiders with the lead. Hunter Kenyon to Tucker. Now they go inside to Nathan Hagel, and yeah, he's fouled hard. And that will send him to the line for a 1-and-1. And they got Wesley Gabo on that one. His second, team 7th. So Ogilvie will be shooting free throws from here on out. And this time it'll be Nathan Hagel for a 1-and-1. Nathan Hagel getting set for his first set of free throws. This one's up and good. So Hagel delivers on the first, and he'll get another opportunity here. 18-12 is our score on the Ad Embrace Orthodontic Scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible. With custom light force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at their website, embracemn.com. That's EMBRACEMN.com. 18-12 is our score. Hagel hit the first one, and he delivers on both. So Hagel hits them both to make it 18-13. And the Lions will show full court pressure once again. Schleiss will get the inbound. It was tipped. He is nearly triple teamed. He'll give it up the court to Honick. Honick goes inside to Wesley Gabo. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded there and put back for 2 by Leland Smith. 20-13 is the score. Lions trail by 7. But they have it again. They are a very good passing team. Tucker Kenyon gives it inside Hagel. Hagel gives it underneath, and a beautiful pass and feed to Isaiah Voss to drop it in for 2. Make it 20-15. Raiders again facing a little bit of full court pressure. That's going to be a foul. And Hunter Kenyon draws his second. And the team's fourth. And that will only force Mille Lacs to inbound it once again because, again, they're not in any kind of bonus, and it wasn't a shooting foul. It will just be an inbound. Thomas Schleiss gets the pass from Honeck, and he'll give it over to Peterson. It was tipped, and Peterson brings it in at center court, gives it now to Schleiss. Schleiss getting around one defender. He's looking, trying to find someone opening. Then he gives it to Honeck. Honeck off the backboard and drops it in for 2. Back the other way for the Lions now. It's 22-15. Here come the Lions. Nathan Hagel has it underneath. He gives it once again to Voss. Voss up and in for 2. And Voss has just done a really good job getting himself open underneath the basket, kind of realizing he can go behind it. He's quite literally going behind the defenders. They're leaving just a little bit of a gap in between themselves and the basket as we get a foul there on Tucker Kenyon, his first and the team's 5th. So again, just an inbound here for the Lions. Inbound, and now Thomas Schleiss has it on the far side. Schleiss looking to Peterson. Peterson got double teamed, and Schleiss weaving his way through traffic. Wesley Gabeau shot is up no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's the 6th team foul now on Ogilvie. We're going to get this one, I believe, on number 12, maybe? No, so that is on Hergis. And Gabeau for the free throw. Oh, it got the friendly roll. Gabeau is good on the first one to make it 23-17. Couple substitutions here for the Lions. 1:26 left in half number 1. Raiders currently with a 6-point lead. Wesley Gabeau made the first. He got a little bit of a friendly bounce. That time not as friendly. And it's rebounded by Nathan Hagel. Bringing it up the court is Tucker Kenyon. Nathan Hagel now has it on the pass from Kimball. And a shot there for 2 by Hagel is good. So Hagel drops it in for 2 to make it 23-19. Now a 4-point game. Raiders nearly relinquish the ball, but we're able to hold on to it. Thomas Schleiss now gets the pass from Peterson. Schleiss will stand on the near side. He fakes a pass one way, tries to go inside, and it's going to be stolen away. Stolen right back, though, by Schleiss. Voss with the steal. Then it was stolen right back by Schleiss. Peterson now has it for the Raiders. He'll lob it over to Honeck. Honeck fakes the shot, drives into the corner. Now looking for someone to give it off to. He does on the near side, looking for Schleiss, but it was knocked out of bounds by the Lions. It's pretty close to being Lion ball, but I think Schleiss got his hand back just in time. Raiders inbound, they get it to Peterson. Peterson double team, dribbles through the double team, gives it to Schleiss. Schleiss lost the ball. It's stolen away by the Lions. Hunter Kenyon with the steal to Tucker Kenyon for 2. And now for a possible 3-point play. Foul there on the Raiders. Gabe Honeck. It was stolen by Hunter Kenyon, and then Tucker Kenyon on the fast break dropped it in for 2. Now the possible 3-point play to make it a 1-point game. No good, though, and it will be rebounded by the Raiders. And pass here from Honeck underneath the basket, trying to find Eric Peterson, but it's well off the mark, and the Lions will get the last chance here in the half. 4 points. And Did we get a timeout? It looks like we did. We got a timeout called here by Ogilvie. It'll be a full timeout. So while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball on KBEK.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. This matinee game here between the Lions and the Raiders. Currently, the Raiders have a 2-point lead, 23-21, but the Lions are closing in here right before half. They lead on that turnover portion of the game, but the Raiders just found a little bit of streak there on offense before we got towards the half, and Hunter Kenyon will let it roll. He'll give it up the court now. Hunter Kenyon for three, just off the mark, and that will be it for half. Maybe? Are they going to say there was some time left? No. So here we are. We're at halftime here in this matinee game where the Raiders currently lead the Ogilvie Lions 23-21 at halftime on our Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. So at halftime here, the Lions trail by 2. We'll take a commercial break here. We're from some of our fine sponsors. Then we'll be back for the recap of the first half. You're listening to Boys Basketball on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
AOML. BRB. B4N.
Period 02.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP Deals guy can translate.
This week, grab $10 tickets to the Duluth Sports Show. Grilling seminars from Mad Dog and Merrill. Dexter the dog that learned to walk like a human, and more. Only $10.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG, TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Everyone knows there are great places to play in northwestern Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is just outside of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and offers numerous career options with a wide variety of responsibilities, schedules, and growth opportunities. Some positions may include CDL driver, cheese production, and seasonal workers. Burnett Dairy Cooperative has competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and many other great benefits. Be part of our herd. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
AOML.
BRB.
B4N.
Period O2.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP Deals guy can translate.
This week, grab $10 tickets to the Duluth Sports Show. Fishing seminars, hundreds of exhibitors. You can even get your deer scored. All for only $10.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG, TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Introducing the Red Runner 2017 Deluxe Firewood Processor. This Canadian-assembled, all-in-one, towable firewood solutions capable of producing 3 face cords per hour. The Red Runner comes equipped with a powerful 18-inch Oregon chainsaw bar, 10-foot-long adjustable conveyor, 2, 4, or even 6-way adjustable splitter head. Fits logs up to 12 feet long and 16 inches in diameter. This high-performance personal firewood processor is powered by a Honda GX390 industrial engine, found only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBEK at halftime here in Ogilvie at Ogilvie High School, the home of the Lions, for this Great River Conference matchup between the Lions and the Raiders. The Raiders currently lead here at halftime 23-21. Taking a look at our stat leaders for that first half. The Lions leader in points was Eric Peterson with 6, then 5 for Wesley Gabeau, 4 for Thomas Schleiss, and then 2 for Honeck, Smith, Mueller, and Leland Smith. Rebound-wise, they were led by Ryan Smith with 5, 4 for Leland Smith, and then 3 for Gabeau and Schleiss. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line. They had 9 takeaways, 9 steals, and 18 fouls. They had 19 total turnovers. The Ogilvie Lions, 19 turnovers. They had 9 steals, though. 9 steals. Then on the other side for the Ogilvie Lions, leading the way for them were both Nathan Hagel and Tucker Kenyon with 6. 7, though, for Isaiah Voss to lead the team, and then 1 each for Kenyon and Hergis as they added a free throw. Leading the way rebound-wise for them was Nathan Hagel with 4. Kind of came alive there late in that first half. Started really to make some noise himself in that end of that first half, and I think they might start to run the offense through him here in the second half, because he really looked like he was just able to find his way open and find some of the open shots, and he certainly was able to make some plays out there. And again, I think more than anything, he was just able to find some open spots that his teammates weren't quite able to find. So I think for Ogilvie here in the second half, he might be someone we look at even more. They were 5 of 8 from the free throw line, where the Lions 13 steals and 6 fouls. They had 12 turnovers, 31 between the two of them. And they didn't shoot super well. They only shot 22% on the field, but the Raiders shot 41%. So a vast difference in shooting percentage. The Lions are going to have to find some better shots, some more, shots that are going to more than likely fall. I can't think of the word. My goodness, this afternoon game's throwing me way off, but they're going to have to find some better shots, I think, here in the second half. More shots that have a better chance to fall in. And it's not that they haven't found them in the first half. I think more or less in the first half, they were just, after they fell behind, they were trying to hurry things up a little bit, and that kind of went against them. But as they went through that first half of play, things started to fall back in their favor, and they started to pick it up once again. So for these two teams, it's going to be a really fun second half. As long as Mille Lacs has been a co-op, they haven't won a conference game in basketball. This would be their first, so a big game here for the Raiders. This, again, would be their first conference win as a co-op. Again, as a co-op, not overall, but as a co-op, this would be the Raiders' first conference win if they could pull this one off. But the Lions hoping to have a much better second half. Again, shooting percentage-wise, they're going to have to get a little bit better in that second half because it wasn't as well as they would have liked to have seen it in the first. We'll take a quick commercial break, then we'll come back for the start of half number 2. You're listening to Boys Basketball on KBEK.
Hey, you looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, the site for today's matinee game between the Ogilvie Lions and the Mille Lacs Raiders here. Just about to complete halftime on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The Raiders lead 23-21. Embrace Orthodontics, the team over there, believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. That's embracemn.com. So, again, I was just told by someone else keeping stats here that the Ogilvie Lions went 0 for 12 from the three-point shot range. So, again, just going to have to find more high percentage shots and try and get some more shots to fall because I think a good chunk of those, that 22% they shot from the field in that first half was because of the fact that they were shooting a lot from outside the arc and didn't find those high percentage shots as often as they probably should have. So I think we'll see them turn that around here in the second half. 18 minutes back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics has 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. So to begin half number 2, Ogilvie Lions will start with it, and they'll now go right to left on your radio dial. Raiders will go left to right. And here we go. Hagel will inbound to Hunter. Now over to Hergis. Hergis gets it to Tucker. Tucker now to Hagel. Inside. Back underneath to Tucker. Tucker cannot get it in for 2. And Ryan Smith grabs the rebound for the Raiders. Nearly a foul, what they say, or a travel, but he did get it off in time, they say. But now it's going to be taken away by Tucker Kenyon. Over to Hunter. Not in. And the rebound there by Tucker Kenyon. And his shot is no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 right away. I think they called Thomas Schleiss for his first. And again, Tucker Kenyon, at the line to shoot 2 now, early on. And if you're the Raiders, this is not what you want early on in this second half, as Hunter Kenyon delivers on the first to make it 22, and the Raiders 23. So Lions down by 1, and that one's good from Tucker Kenyon. So he drops them both in, and we're now tied at 23. Raiders back the other way, and this ball taken away by Nathan Hagel. Quickly back up the court. Nathan Hagel gets it from Hunter Kenyon. Now back outside to Kimball. Kimball gives it near side to Tucker. Now to Hagel, to Hunter. To Hagel, to Tucker. Tucker back to Kimball. Kimball looking, he'll give it to Hunter. Tucker Kenyon, long 2 is no good. Hagel with the rebound. Hagel steps back, turnaround shot, no good. And it was rebounded there by Tucker Kenyon. Ball on the floor, going to be taken by Honick. So Honick with the steal. And back up the other way go the Raiders. Honick trying to go inside to Gabot. Wesley Gabot, shot up, no good. And grabbing it for the Lions is going to be Hunter Kenyon. And here come the Lions once again. Kimball had it, now over to Tucker Kenyon. A 3 here is just off the mark from Hergis and rebounded by Gabe Honick of the Raiders. That's a tough one. That one looked like it was through all the way, but comes up just short. Good look shot there from the Lions, but could not get it to fall. And now the Raiders have it back. Peterson over to Schleiss. Schleiss on the far side. Wanted to go back to Peterson. He will inside. Peterson now on the far side to Honick. Honick, he'll give it back to Schleiss. Schleiss trying to go inside. That passes through a couple of hands and out of bounds. Last touch by the Raiders. Ball going back now to Ogilvie. They tied it here to begin this first half, and we'll look to try and end the tie and take a lead. Kimball with the pass over to Hunter, and then back to Kimball, and it's stolen away by Eric Peterson. Nearly poked out by the Lions, but the Raiders held on to it. Shot up, no good there by Gabo. Xander Kimball with the rebound for the Lions. Up the court to Tucker Kenyon. Tucker for three, no good. And Honick with the rebound for the Raiders. Honick gives it off on the far side to Schleiss. Schleiss, double team, trying to dribble through it. Now he's in some trouble, though. Gives it off in the near side corner to Honick, and that's going to lead him out of bounds. So the ball goes back to the Lions on another turnover here by the Raiders. Not a great start for Mille Lacs. Begin the second half, few turnovers. Now, lucky for them, Ogilvie hasn't converted all of them into points, but they have gone to the free throw line and hit both of them to tie it at 23. Hunter Kenyon with it. That pass knocked away by Ryan Smith. And Ryan Smith, he got one of the kids over there on the far side, and he immediately was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And he looked right at the kid and said, "Sorry." That's a very nice young man in Ryan Smith. That's sportsmanship at its finest. Meanwhile, the Ogilvie Lions have it underneath, and Cole Hergis will break the tie and give the Lions a 25-23 lead. This the Lions' first lead since early in the first half. About, I think, 10 minutes left in the first half was their last lead. So it's been a while. This pass underneath, nearly stolen by the Lions, and as Tucker Kenyon was traveling out of bounds, he threw it off of Wesley Gabo, and it went out of bounds, so Ogilvie will get it back anyways. Here come the Lions. It's Hunter Kenyon. To Hergis. Now back to Hunter. Underneath, a no-look pass to Tucker. Now to Hagel. Hagel getting through the defenders. The shot is up. Oh, my goodness, what a shot from Nathan Hagel. And he drops it through for two. Wow, there's no reason Hagel should have got that one to fall, but somehow, some way he did. And now the Lions have a 27-23 lead. What a shot from Nathan Hagel. That will certainly provide some energy to this bench. I mean, they have lost a little bit of that energy since the beginning of the first half. But man, Nathan Hagel, and great passing there from Hunter Kenyon. That wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Hunter Kenyon and his pass. That was a beautiful feed, a great assist from Hunter Kenyon. Again, that play doesn't happen if it weren't for the pass from Hunter Kenyon. So great job by the Lions here as of late, finding those high percentage shots and getting them to fall as they now hold on to a 27-23 lead after being down by 2 at the start of the half. Raiders with the most recent timeout. It was their second. They'll be left with 3. Looks like we do have one substitution. Looks like it will be Harrington in for Honick for the Raiders, and as well as Mueller. And this inbound is stolen away by Xander Kimball. And Tucker Kenyon in some trouble. He sees the Raider defender out of bounds. He just throws it to him and off of him, and it will stay with the Lions. That is such a smart play. It might seem simple, but it is smart. Hergis with it, gives it over to Tucker. Back to Hunter now. Hunter will give it off far side to Hergis. Hergis back over to Tucker. Tucker at the three-point line. Instead, he drives inside. Shot is up, no good. Tucker's going to get his own rebound. Look for 2 again. This one's no good. And the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be Raiders' ball. 14:03 left in half number 2. Inbound here from Peterson to Schleiss. Back to Peterson. Now over to Mueller. Mueller gets it to Gabo. Wesley Gabo trying to find a lane inside. He lost the ball for a moment, and And they're going to say he traveled. I don't know about that. I didn't think he had the ball to travel. I think that ball was on the ground when he took those steps. So ball back now to the Lions, and here comes Hunter Kenyon. Gives a little shake with the feet, and now to Hergis. Hergis over to Hunter, now to Tucker, now back to Hunter, now to Hergis, now over to Hagel. Hagel looking, takes a step inside, shot, doesn't take it. He instead pulls it down, and now on the far side for Hunter Kenyon. Back outside to Kimball. Kimball on the far side for Hunter. Hunter Kenyon, shot from three, no good, and Schleiss going to come up with the rebound. Raiders bring it back the other way. Schleiss has that one stolen away by Tucker Kenyon. Back and forth passing, and Tucker Kenyon drops it in for two. First steal there by Tucker Kenyon on the game. It's 29-23 now. Ogilvie holding on to a lead. Mueller under some pressure, dribbles through the double team, then lost it to Hagel, but then somehow the Raiders get it back, and then trying to get it to Wesley Gabot, and the pass was a little bit low at his feet. He couldn't reel it in. And that's a tough one there for the Raiders. They thought the Lions thought they had a steal. The Raiders fought hard to get it back. They got it back and then just rushed things a little bit. They had Wesley Gabot wide open underneath the basket, but because they rushed it a little bit, they threw the ball at his feet and couldn't get the easy two. So unfortunately there for the Raiders, that'll go back to the Lions. For the Lions, now you're feeling like you can get your offense rolling a little bit here, because now you feel like you've got the just an announcement there. I was waiting to see if it wasn't a record breaker or something. But if you're the Lions, you're feeling like you've got the Raiders on their heels now, and now you can put a little bit more pressure on this Raiders defense and maybe try and pull away your lead a little bit and try and extend it. I already lead by 6 with under 13 minutes to go, so we're 5 minutes into the second half. The Lions certainly have momentum right now and got the Raiders on their heels, but Raiders, again, this is kind of how the first half started. They were on their heels, and then all of a sudden they turned things around and got things going their way. Lions just trying to keep momentum in their favor. Nathan Hagel will get set to inbound for the Lions. And here come the Lions up the court. Slowly bringing it up is Hunter. He'll give it over to Hergis. Now back to Hunter. Back to Hergis again. They do a really good job of passing the ball, and they're patient on their offense, trying to get that open shot. Pass, one too many, and Thomas Schleiss will grab the steal for the Raiders. He'll give it off on the far side to Mueller. Mueller, near side corner for three from Eric Peterson. So the Raiders got a little something back that time to make it 29-26. Hergis has it, gives it to Kimball. Kimball faked the three, and he'll pass it inside to Hunter. Hunter Kenyon back outside. Tucker Kenyon, three's off the mark, and Wesley Gabot will grab the rebound for the Raiders. He'll give it over to Mueller. Josiah Mueller takes it up on the far side. He took his time getting up there, and it gives it in the far side corner to Peterson. Back to Mueller. Mueller going on the near side now to Harrington. Inside to Gabot. Outside far side corner for three, and that is good for Eric Peterson to tie us at 29. So now we're at 29 apiece, and like I said, quickly the Raiders make the comeback. Kimball with it, gives it to Hagel. Hagel looking, he wants to get it to Hunter. Now to Tucker, now to Hunter, now back inside to Tucker. His shot is up, no good, and ooh, man, Tucker Kenyon fell hard. He's up though. So a foul here on the Raiders. I think they're going to get Wesley Gabot, which would be his third and the team's second of the half. But Tucker Kenyon will be at the line for two. First one is up and good. And the Lions have the lead right back, 30-29. Substitution here for the Raiders. Wesley Cabot will come out, and in for him is Leland Smith. But Tucker Kenyon trying to add another free throw here. And this one's good as well. So Tucker Kenyon hits them both, and it's 31-29. Little full court pressure here from the Lions on the Raiders. Schleiss will get it up into the front court for the Raiders. And Mueller nearly got it stolen away, but he'll pass it off on the far side to Schleiss. Going inside to Leland Smith. Leland Smith gives it off to Mueller. Now to Peterson. Peterson to Schleiss. Schleiss for three. That's going to be no good, and rebounded there. Number 12 of Ogilvie, and a foul there on the Raiders. I believe they got that one on number 13, Leland Smith. That looked like a foul you didn't need, really, if you're the Raiders. Hunter Kenyon with it. Good passing here to Tucker now, back outside. It's Hergis with it. Back over to Hunter. And the near side corner for three. It's off the mark. And a rebound there by Eric Harrington. Harrington will bring it up the court for the Raiders. Harrington will let the offense catch back up. He gives it to Mueller. Mueller drifts to the top of the key. Gives it off near side. Peterson from three. It's going to be off the mark. Rebound there for Leland Smith, plus the and one. 31 all we're tied at, and Leland Smith at the line for the possible and one. And who'd they get? They got Hergis for that one. It's going to be his third, team's first of this half. Checking in now is Voss for Hergis. And Smith can't get the roll, so he'll only get two there. And rebounded by Voss. Lions have it, front court, looking for three. Hunter Kenyon's going to come up short. Rebounded by Noah Bitts. Back outside to Hunter Kenyon, now to Tucker. All the way across the court they go. Back top of the key for Hunter. Back on the far side for three. That's good from, again, I don't have his name on the roster sheet, but number 12. And that will make it 34-31. Lions retake the lead. That is their first three-point shot they have hit in this game, and it's a big one. Schleiss looking. Peterson, sidestep three. No good. Trying to answer back with one of his own. That's going to be rebounded by Isaiah Voss. And quickly up the court. Tucker Kenyon underneath. Shot is up. No good. Rebound up for grabs. Taken away by the Lions. And then no good on that one on the shot by Tucker Kenyon. And the ball will go back to the Raiders as it was knocked out of bounds by a member of the Lions. 34-31. Lions with the lead. And this ball nearly stolen away. It is. Stolen away by Tucker Kenyon. Back the other way come the Lions. Driving towards the basket. Shot is up, no good. And that'll send the Lion player number 12 to the line for two. That's the fourth team foul on Mille, and the second there on Leland Smith. And hitting the first one to make it 35-31. Hagel will check back in for Noah Bitts. And can only hit one of two. Rebound there by Voss, though. And a three attempts. Going to be no good. And then we get a jump ball on the rebound, and possession arrow favors the Raiders, so 35-31 is what our score remains on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere, plus they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Halfway through this second half, Mueller in some trouble, gives it to Peterson. Now to Schleiss. Schleiss throws it off of the Ogilvie defender to keep it with the Raiders. Smart play there by Thomas Schleiss as the pass from Eric Peterson almost let him out of bounds. He tiptoed, threw it off of the Ogilvie defender to keep himself alive and keep the ball with the Raiders. 35-31. Low scoring affair here in this game, but it's been a fun one to watch. A conference game. Again, Mille Lacs trying to get their first conference win as a co-op in basketball. A three there is going to come up well off the mark. Rebounded by the Lions. And here come the Lions up the court. A shot for two is no good. Oh, it falls through a bunch of hands of Raiders, and Hagel comes up with the rebound, and that'll get the Lions to reset. That is tough if you're the Raiders. A three here. This will be interesting. So, looks like the basket is going to be good. I'm trying to have a conversation here, are the referees. Not real sure what happened. So it is a three for Tucker Kenyon. That'll make it 38-31. And then we got a foul on the Raiders. Gabe Gabot. Oof. Double whammy there for the Raiders. Tucker Kenyon hits it for three for their second three-point shot of the game. And then a foul will give it right back to the Lions. So that's a tough one. 8 minutes to go. Raiders trail by 7. Lions looking like their offense may be starting to get in rhythm. Kenyon brothers pack it back forth between them. Now underneath, and Isaiah Voss drops it in for two to make it 40-31. 9-point lead now for the Lions. Thomas Schleiss has it top the key. He'll give it off far side corner to Peterson. A three there. Oh, wow, good looking three there from Isaiah Mueller to make it 34-40. Lions quickly back up the court, though. They're wasting no time getting their offense forward. And underneath, Voss again for two. That one almost found its way out, but it drops in for two. 42-34. Raiders back up the court. Mueller looking, trying to get this one off. He does to Schleiss. Schleiss nearly to the top of the key, almost had it poked out, and he nearly has it poked out again. Ball up for grabs, and still up for grabs. Hagel. And eventually get the steal there, and for two. From the Lions, and it makes it a 10-point lead for Ogilvie, 44-34. The Lions with a 10-point lead now, 6:50 left here in the game. The Lions trying to put this one away. A timeout called there by Mille Lacs. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball on KBEK.
The saga continues. We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pull shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
This week, get a $25 gift card to Doc's Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. Almost half off. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take him to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it, and now it's kind of lost its momentum.
Back here on KBK 95.5 FM. Lions hold on to a 10-point lead, 44-34 over the Mille Lacs Raiders. As we close in on the finish of this one, 6:50 left, but we know that the Raiders have shown the ability to score quickly and often from long range. Ogilvie obviously going to be trying to make sure they don't get an opportunity from long range, but the Raiders, again, have shown the ability to do so and have shot over defenders to make that happen, so we'll see what they decide to do here. Mueller gives it to Schleiss. Schleiss going to be double teamed. And that pass tipped, stolen away by Tucker Kenyon. Another steal here for the Lions. 2 is up and no good, knocked out of bounds by Schleiss. So the ball stays with Ogilvie. Lions will get set to inbound. They do to Hagel. Hagel thought about the long shot. He gives it off to Tucker. Tucker Kenyon. Back to Hunter now. On the near side. Shot from 3. Good. And the Ogilvie offense seemingly starting to run away with it now. 47-34. Schleiss has it. Fakes the pass. Looks in the near side corner for Eric Peterson. Peterson has to pull it down. He gives it over to Mueller. Mueller driving in. He's in some trouble now. He'll pull up a jumper. No good. Ryan Smith there. He backs it out to Eric Peterson for 3. Good. Eric Peterson from 3. Gets it to fall through. So down to a 10-point game once again. 47-37. Lions have it back. Hunter Kenyon inside to Hagel. Now on the far side for 3. That's off the mark. Tucker Kenyon with a rebound. He'll give it over to Hagel. Underneath to Tucker. Tucker up and good. Hunter. Hunter Kenyon drops it in for 2. 49-37. Mueller up the court, into the front court. Now to Peterson. Underneath to Wesley Gabot. And Gabot wide open for 2. 49-39. These offenses seemingly have heated up here. And the Lions continue to score. Drive inside, no good. Rebounded by Wesley Gabot. That's a big rebound there for Mille as they're down by 10 with under 5 minutes to go. They stop Ogilvie from scoring that trip through. They'll need a few more of those if they want to get back into this one. Ryan Smith, I don't think he was expecting himself to be that wide open. Trying to back it out, and it's going to be stolen away. He got his own rebound, but then he backed it out, and it was stolen away by the Lions. Here comes their offense. Hunter Kenyon over to Tucker. On the far side. Back to Hunter to Tucker now. Again, good passing. Hagel underneath the Voss. Oh, and he couldn't get it to drop. And Wesley Gabot will come up with the rebound. A tough shot there. Felt like it would have been through, but somehow it rims out. Pass now inside to Schleiss. Jumper's no good. Smith shot no good on the rebound, and it's rebounded by Hagel. Come back the other way, and dropping it in for 2 is number 12. Again, I apologize, don't have that number on the roster sheet, so 51-39. Ogilvie has a 12-point lead. Schleiss has it for the Raiders on that far side. Gets through the double team. Peterson has it. Wanted the 3, but then he got covered real quickly. Josiah Mueller for 3. That's good. Wow. He's got a good-looking shot. And he drops it in. 51-42 is the score. Ogilvie trying to hold on to this lead with under 3.5 to go. Pass inside. Shot is up, and it's good again with number 12. He is quickly their leading scorer in this half. 53-42. And it'll be another timeout taken here, presumably by Mille. If that's the case, that's their last with 3:17 to go in the game. Timeout, only going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Lions lead 53-42 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. You can find out more at EmbraceMN.com. That's EMBRACEMN.com. 53-42. You got the elementary students again chanting for Ogilvie. 3:17 left on the scoreboard. You got the Lion mascot out there pumping up the crowd. Gotta love it. Ogilvie trying to get yet another victory in the section and in the conference, while Mille trying to get their first ever win as a co-op in conference play. Both teams back out onto the court after that timeout. It will be Raiders ball out of the timeout. Let's see what the Raiders decide to do here. They've tried to hit from long range. They've been doing a good job, but the rebounds, the Lions have come up with pretty much all of them as of late. And a new player in for the Raiders. Number 30, oh, that ball stolen away, passed right to Hagel. And the Lions have it back. They'll give it off far side here to Rappel. Hunter Kenyon looking for Tucker, but instead he'll give it to Hagel. Hagel wanted to go inside to Hergis. Hergis will find his way open. Rappel looks for the pass underneath. Somehow keeps it alive to Hunter Kenyon, my goodness. And Tucker Kenyon on the far side. Driving in, shot is up. Good. Tucker Kenyon made it look easy, 55-42. Under 2.5 to go now. Far side corner, Eric Peterson thought he could have maybe popped off a shot, and instead he passed it, and Hunter Kenyon's going to come up with the steal. And looks like the Lions may be on their way to putting this one away. Hunter Kenyon gives it off to Hergis, now to Tucker. Tucker, he'll take a three. No good on that one. Rebounded by Hunter. And rebounded that time. We'll go to number 30, Josh Nicabani. That ball's going to be knocked out of bounds on the far side by the Lions, so they'll hold on. The Raiders will hold on to it. (55-42), a minute 55 left, and the Raiders trying to hold on to hope here, down by 13, but the Lions trying to close it out. This pass is well off the mark for anybody. Hergis with the steal for the Lions. And now they'll go underneath Rappel. And that pass is on the baseline. And Tucker Kenyon was the intended target, but pass on the baseline will give the ball back to the Raiders. Quickly up the court, they're looking. The Raiders have it. Number 11 with it. Wesley Harrington. And now it looks like we do have some of the backups in for the Raiders, as this one not over yet, but getting close to its finish as the Lions hold on to that 13-point lead with 1.5 minutes to go. Hagel will come back in for Rappel. Inbound here to Wesley Harrington. Harrington gives it off to Mueller. Mueller has shown off the ability from long range as well. Mueller will take the shot from three, and for the first time, he's going to come up short. Hagel with the rebound for the Lions. They get it up the court quickly. That ball knocked out of the hands there, but Tucker Kenyon comes up with it. He passes it underneath. Shot is up and good. Plus the and one from number 12. And again, I'm trying to figure out who that is. Maybe Adam Shodine, but he's 20. It's the only one I could think of. I don't see a Shodine shirt. Maybe it is Shodine. Not real sure, so I apologize. That is the first foul there on number 11, Harrington. And the shot no good there. Number 12. Ball going to be knocked out of bounds. That's touched by the Raiders. So the Lions have it with under a minute to go, 57-42. They lead, and they are on their way to another conference victory. And Mille Lacs will come up just short on their chance for their first conference victory ever as a co-op. And, Tucker Kenyon can't hold on to it on the near side corner. And he goes off his knee out of bounds. And the Raiders will get it back. They'll just try and add something on here and create less of a deficit. Peterson will hit a three. He's hit nothing but threes here this afternoon. So 57-45. is our score, and shot clock is off. That should do it, and that will be an over. Oh, a leisure take on that one. Trying to go back for it was Hergis, and he was a little lackadaisical on that one, and Schleich said, fine, I'll go get it, and I'll get a fast break opportunity. But sadly, fouling out is going to be Cole Hergis. Right at the end of this one, and no shot. So it will just be an inbound for the Raiders. They'll inbound it to Mueller. Now to Wesley Harrington. And nearly getting the steal. For the Lions, but stepped on the out-of-bounds line. So it stays with the Raiders. 11 seconds to go. Inbound here to Peterson, and Peterson will dribble out the rest of the clock. So that will be it here in Ogilvie. The Lions will get the victory, 57-48. A last-second three there by Eric Peterson will draw them 3 points closer, but it won't matter because the Lions come out on top, 57-48, and they now get yet another conference win on the season, and they will improve to 12-10 on the year and look to continue that success going forward. So again, this is their last home game of the season, and they'll be looking to their last 4 games to continue that success at 12-10 now on the year. So we'll take a commercial break, hear a word from our sponsors, then we'll come back and recap this game. You're listening to Boys Basketball on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Most days, I don't know what to do with myself.
I try to be the strong one for my buddies, but I don't know if I'm going to make it through the week.
He has night terrors about it.
The lack of fresh powder for snowmobile season can be devastating, but taking your mind off the subject can help.
This week, get a Whitney's Country Cafe $15 certificate for only $7.50. Wow, that's half off.
Visit WCMPradio.com/deals to help take your mind away from just pinning it or hitting your favorite curve before the ditch. WCMPradio.com/deals. Hang in there, buddy.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, the Lions get the victory here this afternoon over the Mille Raiders, 57-48. The Lions improved to 12-10 on the year. As we take a look at the stats here for this one, leading the way for the Mille Raiders was Eric Peterson, hit nothing but threes here in this one with 21 points. And then after him it was Isaiah Mueller with 8, 7 for Wesley Gabeau, and then 4 for Thomas Schleiss and Leland Smith, and then 2 from Gabe Honick and Ryan Smith. Rebound-wise, leading the way was Ryan Smith, 6 for Wesley Gabeau, 4 for both Schleiss and Smith. They were 3 of 5 in the game from free throws and 14 fouls. For the other side, the Lions leading the way for them was Tucker Kenyon with 17 points, 15 for number 12, and then Isaiah Voss had 11, 8 for Nathan Hagel, and 3 for Hunter Kenyon. They were 10 of 15 from the free throw line, had 24 steals in that game. So for the Lions, they improved to 12-10 on the year, and will look to continue that here throughout their last 4 games on the season. But again, it is their last 4 coming up that they look to continue to have success with. At least they're hoping to. And for the Mille Lacs Raiders, again, they actually have more than 4. They have 6 coming up. Upsala, Cromwell, Wright, Pine City, Northland, McGregor, and Sabika. So they'll have a few more than Ogilvie, and they'll look to find another win there in the section to try and improve their section standings as the season comes to its close. But for tonight's, or this afternoon's game, that'll do it. Stay tuned. Later tonight, we'll have Mora hosting Little Falls right here on this very station, live with video on our website, of course. So stay tuned for that game. But, of course, I want to thank you all for tuning in for this one. Thanks so much to all the fine sponsors. Remember, stay tuned to the morning shows. KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. And over on 100.9 with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's where you catch your local sports updates. We'll talk this game, all the other games in our local listening area, as well as some regional and national sports as well. Stay tuned to our websites, kbk.com, wcmpradio.com, our socials, KBK Facebook, WCMP Facebook, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Again, don't forget, tune in tonight on 95.5 FM with Andy Beckstrom, who will have the call of the Mora Little Falls boys basketball game. He'll have the call on that one. So again, thank you so much for tuning in here this afternoon for the matinee game between the Lions and the Raiders, where the Lions get the victory 57-48. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. That'll do it for me. And for Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Tune in tonight.